Hey guys, so in the most recent patch, they added a new type of pet food that acts kind of as an auto tapping, and it kind of changes the way that auto tapping works. So I'm going to go into the best way to use it and how it works. And so I'm going to have a couple of sections on this, which is one, going back to recover how auto tapping used to work, and two, how it's affected by this new thing, and then finally, how we can use these moving forward. So let's hop into the game real quick and I will show you. So this is, so you can see that this is the new food. So let's start with what auto tapping is. You can see that every time Chazlon kills a wave, all the blue diamonds come in. Now, this was previously an indicator that when the blue diamonds are coming in, it means it's also coming in with all the extra stuff, which is gear, pet food, artifact shards, hero shards, all of that stuff. And so that only happened for 500 waves on this screen. So what you could do is set up a hero like Bale, Chazlon, or any hero with a plus 30 speed rune, or, all of those things, and basically set it to come here to kill 500 waves, which takes about 30 minutes plus or minus, and then close the game down, and everything after that is just offline idle. Because once those 500 waves are done, you don't get the blue experience diamonds anymore, like that wave just there, and you basically stop getting bonus stuff. So some of you may have noticed that if you were doing this auto clicking before, if you activate a pet food, use any one of these, once it's over, you will continue to get diamonds. So I've already done my 500 waves for today. You can see that after almost every wave, like basically 25 waves out of 26, I'm getting blue diamonds. This is actually very easily provable that you are getting all the extra stuff. You can see that I got an artifact shard and rune dust and all this. You can actually prove that you're getting all of these at a much higher rate than offline idling. So all of a sudden, active idling after you've used a pet food becomes the way to go. So let's cover how the pet food actually works. So the pet food basically replaces auto tap. So if you are on iOS and you didn't have access to it, or you had an Android phone and you weren't playing on an emulator with macros or something like that, you basically couldn't take full advantage of auto tapping all this time. If you found a workaround, such as Switch Control or the iOS things, then great. But if not, then you've been going without a pretty decent chunk of extra resources every day for a while. So this now basically replaces that. So when you activate one, the pet attacks like crazy, like really fast, and it does kill goblins. So the pluses of that are it now acts the same as emulators. It basically gives you an emulated version of that. However, the downsides are, one, if it kills a goblin or a monster, the screen will pop up and it will not advance past that, whereas a macro does. Two, the pet attacks so fast that Chazlon actually doesn't work because the pet kills the monster and Chazlon doesn't work. So if you were doing that, you would actually have to come in and change him to a hero with a speed rune, or the tried and classic Bale, who will come in, get his first kill, and then there we go. And then once Bale gets started, then he just fires his skill over and over. And this does work alongside the pet's auto tapping, but Chazlon does not. So the timer will show up right here. It's going to go down as long as you're in the game. So if you switch menus over here to this other screen, the timer will continue to go down. However, once you do that, it will count it as offline idling. So if you're going to activate a pet food, you better stay on this screen. So while you're on this screen, or you will want to stay on this screen so that you can get the full effect of it. And you can see that I'm still getting blue diamonds, so I'm getting all this extra stuff during this time. So the end result is, when do we actually want to use pet food? And the real answer is, if you already had access to an auto tapper in any form, be it emulator or like a computer in any form that can do it with a macro, you pretty much don't need this pet food. As you can see, Chazlon is getting the job done real quick. I don't need the pet auto tapping. If I've already killed my goblins and monster for the day, there is absolutely no gain from the pet at all. Now, this may be a bug, and this whole permanent idle thing may be patched out at some point in time, but as of right now, I can basically leave this running for 24 hours until the next reset and wake up with tons and tons and tons of extra stuff. Now, you may have noticed that like 3 of the last waves got no blue diamonds. So it seems to be intermittent and sometimes work, but for the most part, I can just sit here like this all night long, not burn up my phone, not have to worry about that, not miss any goblins or anything or monsters because they're already dead. And I will just sit here, and then when you open this up in the morning, you get all of this extra stuff. And this is going to be a lot. However, the one downside is this doesn't work for event currency. So if you're doing this during a collection event, this will work and you'll get all the extra stuff. However, event currency seems to stop dropping after the 500 waves. So you do your 500 waves, and then even if you activate a pet food and continue to gain experience and artifact shards and all that other stuff, you will not get more event currency. So you will have to keep that in mind and not do this during events, but otherwise, leave the game on and go nuts with it. Even if I don't get experience from 3 waves out of 100, what do I care? I still got 97 waves of extra experience. So that is how the new pet food works. For the most part, the pet food itself seems to be mostly useless. However, the side benefit of deleting the 500 wave limit seems to be pretty amazing. So if they patch this, then this part will go away, but the rest of it, the pet food itself, not all that useful. You probably also shouldn't struggle to get one to use every day because you do get them in idling. And also, I believe you get right here, you get 5 from daily quests. So no matter what, you will always have access to some pet food to use. So you use one to activate your idling or to activate the unlimited idling, and then you just idle. So that's where we will use them for now. So that is all for this video. See you guys next time.